If you've been replaying the ending of Wicked Wonderland, trying to figure out why exactly Pink hid that glowing gem in Red's box, instead of just telling someone about it, you are not overthinking it. And that detail is going to be central to where Disney takes Descendants 6. The 5th movie in the franchise actually set up this story very nicely. Wicked Wonderland picked up right after Red and Chloe learned the hard way that messing with the past always comes with a price. This movie made them live out that price, dropping them into a present-day Wonderland run by Maddox Hatter, a villain who only exists because Red and Chloe changed the timeline in the first place. But by the end, the Queen of Hearts is safe, Maddox is dealt with, and Red and Chloe drop the pocket watch that started this whole mess into a mysterious underground well. A disembodied voice tells them the secret is theirs to keep now, except it isn't.
Fate's sealed waters, deep secrets here are ours to keep. The pocket watch?
Pink walks off with a glowing object nobody explains. Chessy tells the audience directly that the story isn't over. And there's one detail almost nobody's talking about yet. Pink has no idea any of this is happening because of her. Disney hasn't officially confirmed a 6th film yet, but we believe it's right around the corner. But executive producer Suzanne Todd told TV Line that they shot the ending of Descendants 5 in a few different ways before landing on the one we got, because it gave them different options of where they could take the story next. That's about as close to confirmation as you get without an actual announcement. And coming from the person who steered this franchise from the start, it's definitely a hint. The cast, on the other hand, seems to have mixed opinions, and maybe those opinions should also be a sign of the future of the franchise. Rita Ora is fully in for another movie.
I think the Rita Ora spin to the Queen of Hearts, which I think is different from any of the Queen of Hearts you may have seen.
And pointing out that her character now has 2 kids to juggle, which gives the writers plenty of material to work with. Kylie Cantrell, on the other hand, sounds like someone closing a chapter when she's asked about a 6th movie. She's called playing Red the role of a lifetime, but she's also said flat out that she feels done, and that whatever comes next is up to Disney. Read between those 2 answers and a pattern starts to show up. Even if Descendants 6 happens, it might not be Red's movie anymore. So whose movie is it? At this point, all signs point to Pink. Liamani Segura, who plays Pink, has been dropping hints all over her press tour, floating the idea that Pink could turn evil, and joking about getting her own Queen of Mean moment. She's even hinted Pink might have powers she doesn't know about yet. Here's why that's not just actor small talk. Director Kimmy Gatewood confirms something that changes the whole equation, and that's that Pink does not know about the time travel. Max knows, Chessy knows, Pink is the one person closest to the truth who's being kept furthest from it. Clips of that final scene of Wicked Wonderland were circulating online within hours of the movie dropping, and the reaction split almost exactly down 2 lines. Half the comments think Pink is about to become the franchise's first villainous protagonist.
What I was looking forward to the most about Descendants Wicked Wonderland is to take these characters on an adventure like no other Descendants has before.
The other half thinks she's about to become its most tragic one. The girl who finds out her entire existence was an accident nobody meant to create. Those aren't mutually exclusive, and honestly, the writers probably know that. And Pink's true identity isn't the only thing Disney's sitting on. There's the Auradon Council, name-dropped by Fairy Godmother but never actually shown. Todd confirmed it's not Ben and Mal like everyone assumed, it's the rulers of every kingdom across the entire map, which means a small army of new royal characters could show up whenever the writers want them to. Then, there's the biggest reveal of all. Who is Red and Pink's dad? Kylie Cantrell already knows. Disney told her privately, months ago, and she still hasn't slipped. And when Todd was asked if a future movie would finally reveal him, her answer basically amounted to a big fat yes. So basically, there's an actor walking around right now who knows the answer to one of this franchise's oldest mysteries. And to add one more thing, we have to cover the pocket watch, because it might not be gone. The well came with an ominous little line about secrets staying buried.
Don't listen to her, Chloe.
Enough! Both of you!
But Todd said we shouldn't rule out the option that it could resurface. After 5 movies of nothing staying buried in Wonderland, would you bet against it? Here's one more pattern worth noticing in anticipation of the 6th film. The last 2 movies both went all in on Alice in Wonderland. First, through Red's trip into its past, then through a present-day version of it overrun by Maddox. 2 movies deep into the same fairy tale usually means one of 2 things happens next. The franchise goes even deeper into that same well, literally, through whatever's inside Pink's box. Or it jumps to a completely different corner of the Disney universe, the way this movie folded in Encanto through Luis. Either way, the Descendants of Descendants formula stays intact. It just needs a new generation to run it through. Now, timing-wise, I wouldn't expect the 6th movie to be here quickly. Rise of Red came out in 2024, and Wicked Wonderland didn't land until mid-2026, which is already a longer gap than usual. Unfortunately, it also came with a cast turnover so big that outlets were literally counting who joined versus who left. Somewhere between 13 and 15 actors didn't come back. So this is a franchise that's clearly comfortable rotating almost its entire cast around a small handful of anchors, which makes handing the next movie to Pink feel less like a gamble and more like the obvious next step.
Our living mushrooms, or our beautiful flamingos. Oh, they're very cuddly.
Production takes a while too. Wicked Wonderland was shot up in Vancouver, and the cast still had to wrap in time to join the Descendants and Zombies Worlds Collide tour before the movie even premiered. Descendants 6 follows that same rhythm. Filming alone could eat up the better part of a year before anyone even gets a release date. So treat anything you see floating around online right now as a guess, not a fact. There's also this. Rise of Red only happened because 2 new Descendants movies got greenlit back in 2021, and only one of them ever actually got made. The other one never surfaced, which means there's a real chance Descendants 6 isn't even a brand new idea built around Pink's box. It's that leftover project finally getting dusted off. None of this happens, of course, if the money isn't there, and it very much is. This franchise has basically raised an entire generation of Disney Channel kids, and the numbers are wild. The original movies combined pulled almost 1 billion hours of watch time. Rise of Red became Disney Plus's most watched original ever among young viewers. The soundtracks across all 5 movies have crossed 12 billion streams, and Wicked Wonderland's lead single alone hit 14 million streams before the movie even came out. Which brings it back to that box. Pink spent the entire 5th movie as the one person in her own family who wasn't in on the secret. Now, she's the one keeping a secret of her own. That either makes her the perfect person to finally learn the truth about herself, or the perfect person to snap under the weight of one secret too many.